Live Sports. We're weekly sports talk show all about Kennesaw State and what's going on at Kennesaw. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Robert Kinney. Robert, how are you? Hootie hoo. Big. How about a big hootie hoo?
Hootie hoo.
There you go. And a happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh yes, happy Valentine's Day to all the owls out in Parliament.
All the owls out in the Parliament. Yeah. Somebody told me. I can't remember who I was talking to. Oh, Carrick or somebody. No, what? They said like there are 4 different owls. Texas UTSA plays 4 different owls
I saw
or
that.
something. Yeah,
I saw that.
And I did you see what I wrote back? Is Parliament playing in any of the halftimes?
No, it is pretty amazing when you think of how there's only a few colleges that have that nickname, and to be playing 4 different ones is pretty crazy.
All in the same year. I mean,
absolutely.
I wonder if that's ever happened that somebody has played the same mascot 4 times in a year.
It could be with something like Tigers
or Eagles or something like that.
Correct. With something a little more generic, possibly so. But
Larry, see if you can find the answer out for that in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you could just handle that.
That would be very interesting,
That'll
wouldn't it?
keep Larry busy for a while. What else do you want to do?
No, we'll have to stay longer than we're anticipating if that's what Larry's going to do. Yeah, so, happy to see the Owls back in action tonight.
Right, in a 6-game losing streak, need to step up.
We
need to step up
Yeah,
today,
we need
big
to step
time.
up tonight. Who do we play tonight? Is it not Lipscomb?
Jacksonville
from Florida. Yeah.
Correct.
The-
JU, Jacksonville University.
Not Jacksonville State. Now, I do have a friend, Sean Rayburn, who is the president of the American Business Association. His son went to Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks over in Jacksonville. I guess it's Alabama. And I've invited him to be on the show to talk about that rivalry and what it's going to look like going forward.
Only if we can throw things at him.
We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're good with that.
I don't know if he's any good at catching things, so that might be even better if he can't. You know?
I don't want him to catch. I just don't want him to dodge it too well either, you know?
Yeah.
You throw left and I'll throw right. That way one of us will get him.
Yeah, so let's, you want to go ahead and get one of our commercials out of the way?
Sure.
Larry, you want to strike Alvin up over there while you're looking?
Hey, Alvin Jameson here, the mortgage guy. Are you looking to get pre-approved for a home loan? Or maybe you want to build a house from the ground up? Are you curious, or better yet, is your significant other on your back about making renovations in your current home? Call me. I have options for you. All self-employed individuals. Are you torn between writing off all your income or having to show your income to qualify for a house? I have a third alternative for you. Whether you're a W-2 employee, self-employed individual looking to do a purchase or pull money out of your current house, or better yet, we can't forget the investors out there. If you have that high interest rate, hard money loan and looking to refinance out of it, again, give me a call. I have options. Below are the states that I'm personally licensed in. Call me, 404-587-9033. Again, 404-587-9033. Visit the website, Alvin Jameson.
It's Chuck Burrs. We're back with the Owls Who Live Sports, talking some sports going on over at KSU. A lot of good things happening.
If we ever get a second camera, we're going to put it on Larry for the finger so that people can see what we're always talking about.
What we're always laughing
What is he
about.
doing? I don't know. That finger won't come down.
I don't know. I like that finger. He would make a good Dr. Evil. He had that one finger up there.
$1 million.
$1 million. Yeah. So let's get into what's going on in KSU sports.
We got a big game going on right now.
Got a big game going on right now. Couple of big games going on right now. We got the basketball game.
One of them's getting ready to tip off, and the other one's, huge.
In the second inning, it's the number 2 team in the whole United States of America is on campus to play the Lady Owls softball team.
Tennessee, and we had Georgetown come down for basketball.
Yep.
and now number 2 softball team in the land coming to town. It's pretty amazing to me, and I understand that women's sports aren't the exact same as men's sports and everything else, but if you are drawing these massive schools and we're still not even at their same level.
No, we're not.
Almost.
And we've only played 2 innings, and we're down 7-2. But let me tell you this: I got a text from somebody at the game said it is a packed house, standing room only, at the softball game between Tennessee and our Owls. So hooty hoo, let's do a big comeback and get that W.
Lots of winning going on over there. We need it. Of course, number 2 in the nation. Good Lord, I would imagine the second fielder was the most highly touted person. The shortstop is the most heavily recruited. That's how you get a number 1 or number 2 team. So
Absolutely.
lots of good stuff over there.
So, go ahead.
The men have been on a little slide, but we were talking about it earlier. The women got off the schneid, didn't they?
They did.
And we beat Bellarmine, but then we lost to a heartbreaker to Eastern Kentucky on Saturday by 3. But I think we're going to be back here. Is it tomorrow night?
Yep, we play tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night against Florida Gulf Coast.
FGCU.
FGCU.
Yeah. I think I saw did I see them play them last year? Or they wouldn't play them twice in the same year, would they?
Yeah, home and away.
No,
Absolutely.
but I think they played them here already. Maybe one of the first games of the year?
They definitely have already played them there once. No, just our only game so far here.
Might have been the last year game that I'm thinking of. But they're good, FGCU. So we'll have to, Coach Blue will have to have her best game on tomorrow night to compete with they're not the Ospreys. I can't remember who Florida Gulf Coast is. I should know that, but I don't.
I think they are something like that.
I think there is a Ospreys that we play, but I don't know if it's Florida Gulf Coast.
I know they're a bird. I don't know. Yeah, I'm almost on their site. Here it is. It's pulling up.
Okay.
Dealing with somebody else's internet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Turns in. We think it would be something right off the bat.
Yeah, like Owl's Page or
Eagles.
something. Eagles. So Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Should have known that. They made a good run in NCAA basketball tournament a couple of years ago, didn't they?
The men did. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
My mom used to be my mom's favorite thing to do is buy any Cinderella shirt after the first weekend. So whenever it was going into the Sweet 16 weekend, I always knew that like when Mercer made it that far, or I've got the shirt. I never collected them like I should. I was like, I'm never going to wear a Florida Gulf Coast shirt again. I'm going to paint in this one, Mom.
Now, did your mom buy those for you, or was she that big of a sports fan?
She bought it for me, but she enjoyed Cinderella and March Madness. We were talking earlier about things. My mom was definitely not a sports fan. She was born on January 21st and used to love to complain that everybody was always ready to watch the Super Bowl on her birthday. Of course, we kept adding weeks to it, so
now it's not.
There,
yeah, it's no longer around the 21st. Yeah,
but she loved that March Madness and that Cinderella slipper.
That's pretty cool. Now we have another game going in town tomorrow night, and it's the ladies lacrosse team.
Ladies.
Yep, and they are playing Presbyterian.
That's correct.
Fifth Third Stadium.
7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. And this is their opening home game. They've already played on the road at Reinhardt, and they won 20-4 on Monday.
That's a rough road trip when you got to go all the way to
all the way to Reinhardt.
All the way to
30
Wesca.
minutes, maybe.
Oh man, 575 North is in trouble. Forget about it.
And tomorrow marks the first of 3 home games at Fifth Third Stadium in the month of February. Caroline Farley, Hannah Davis, and Leighton Payne all recorded hat trick for the Owls in the win over Reinhardt on Monday. KSU and Presbyterian have met 5 times on the cross field, and the Owls own a 3-2 lead in the series while having won the last 3 contests.
It's always, 3-2. You go, well, but we've won the last 3. Okay, so back in the beginning of our, the infancy of our program, you took advantage of us, but not so much anymore.
Absolutely. And we know that the baseball team, first pitch is Friday night. They had the first pitch dinner a couple of weeks ago. Alyssa Reed was on last week to tell us about that.
She was.
With her lovely little helmet. And she'll be on the way to Birmingham on Friday, I guess.
Yep, she said she was all excited about that.
Yep. And so they have a 3-game series, I guess, in Birmingham this weekend. Is that what you're pulling up?
I'm almost there. I tell you. 2-game series.
Okay.
Playing UAB on Saturday, and it is a 3-game series. I apologize. 3 o'clock, and 2 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Not be a bad road trip over to Birmingham to go see the Owls baseball team, Coach Co, and cheer them on. So we're getting into a point where there's a lot more going on than just basketball.
A whole bunch, and it's so much more entertaining when you have a plethora of things that you could possibly go to.
You know what? That's one of my favorite words.
I love that word.
I love. Isn't that a great word? Plethora. And so soccer and track is going on. I mean, we had our favorite girl Callie on last week, and they had just been over to Clemson, and they've got some other meets coming up. I know she said Georgia Tech and one here at Kennesaw State. So we're going to get out and see Callie hammer down, throw that hammer.
So the track and field team was in 3 different locations since the last time we were together: Birmingham, Nashville, and Clemson. And in Birmingham, we won 4 different events. Kaylee Brown won the high jump, clearing 5 foot 5 inches, which is always impressive when you think high jump. Have you ever watched the old videos of
the Fosbury flop?
No, pre-Fosbury.
I had a good friend in high school that did the Fosbury flop. I said, what the heck's the Fosbury flop?
Fosbury flop's the guy who figured out, well, it's a lot easier if you
go
do
over
it this
backwards,
way.
yeah.
But if you look at all those guys before then, and girls, they're basically just, this is so much.
Just
so
diving over, yeah.
Diving with all sorts of stuff. But 5.5 is pretty impressive. Taylor Moorhead landed her season best of 40 feet 11 inches to win the triple jump. 3rd best ever in school history.
Wow.
Alana Mack posted her personal best ever of 7:55 in the 60 meter. It seems like a really odd number, 60 meter.
I know.
But, hey, it's...
are all track meets measured in meters now? All the races? I mean, what happened to the 100-yard dash? That's what I ran when I was in high school.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
I ran the 11-1 in the 100-yard dash.
Did you start early?
No. I was a good little athlete when I was younger.
We also won the 4x400 relay. Trey Getter, Tyreek Hussey, Cameron Johnson, and Malik Hussey. We had one of those gentlemen.
Bunch of Hussies?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be Hussey, was it? I don't think it's enunciated that way, and I apologize. But they won with a time of 3:14, so it's impressive stuff.
Yeah. When is the next track and field meet?
Next track and field meet would be dun dun dun.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, that's January, that's February. Okay,
March and July.
We're marching this up.
Shine on harvest moon.
Internet gurus. I don't know. It's being pulled up.
It's being pulled up.
That's all I can tell you.
So it's coming up.
There we go.
There you go.
We had that one. That's it. We're done with the regular season and the ASUN championships, indoor championships, because once again we are only at the track and field indoor
season. Yeah.
The ASUN indoor championships start February 23rd, which is next Friday, in Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, Florida.
That'd be fun to go down to.
It's kind of an interesting place. We don't even have an ASUN team that's in Gainesville.
No, Jacksonville's probably the closest one.
Well,
or Florida Gulf Coast.
Stetson's
Stetson's in DeLand, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably. But either way, usually you don't go to another city. But
well, I mean, they do Corvallis in that's the Nationals.
Correct.
Yeah.
But either way, the next thing for all these Owls will be hopefully they've punched a ticket to Gainesville and good luck to them all there.
And I talked to Callie last night or this morning. I can't remember. I texted her and told her we wanted her to come in and record the commercials, so we don't have to read them anymore and just let her do them.
If you're ever wondering how you're doing on commercials, and then you get a new sponsor and they're like, yeah, we're going to record our own so you don't have to. And then they've got like this girl that they keep having on the show, and they're like, yeah, she's going to start doing some of our commercials for it. I'm okay with it.
I know you are. I wouldn't do it otherwise.
I'm a good second place.
No, you've been first place for 2 years.
I've been in first place and blah, blah, blah for a long time. No, it's good stuff. I like it.
It gives you more time to rest your voice. So while the commercials are playing, you don't have to read them,
Sometimes
right?
I have to have a Ludens after the show because my throat is so parched. Thank you,
or
Sean.
a new, was it Dr. Pepper? Was it Diet Coke? Did you drink one?
You don't get a body like this with Diet Coke, baby. Full flavor.
All right,
everything.
real Coke. All right, there you go. All right.
Can you dump a little extra sugar in there? I don't know where that cane sugar comes from, but by God, I like it a lot.
Well, we got anything else to talk about what's happened this week?
We got baseball. We've got lacrosse. We've covered track and field. Got
Softball.
a little basketball and softball. Yeah, we really
Let's take a little bit at the softball schedule and see what's coming up after Tennessee.
So softball, scrolling back.
Is this our first game?
No, we're actually 2-2 right now.
Okay.
Lost to Texas State, beat UTSA, beat Northwestern State, lost to Creighton.
Okay.
And then, so we'll have the game today that's going on. Next thing for the Owls is their own tournament, which we will be hosting here at Bailey Park next Friday. Oh, no, I'm sorry, this Friday. This Friday starts the tournament, and we'll be playing Pitt. I'm sorry, they like to be called Pittsburgh now.
They don't like Pitt?
Yeah, well, I guess.
That's the Pitts.
It's the Pitts, yeah. Ooh, we don't like that anymore. Well, why'd you name your team that way? So we'll be playing, and that's Ole Miss and Pitt. And then Pitt and ETSU. And then we'll be playing Ole Miss on Friday. So I believe the way this one works is we have Ole Miss, Pittsburgh, ETSU, and us. And we'll play Ole Miss on Friday. That's the only thing it shows, but I believe
It's like a 4-team elimination tournament or something?
Correct. We'll be playing some more people on Saturday. It's also Eastern Tennessee is there. ETSU.
So a 4-team double elimination tournament.
Yeah,
Probably what it is.
there's a lot going on. So if you're looking for softball, show up at Bailey Park starting Friday, and should be pretty entertaining. A lot of big schools coming in.
Scroll back up to the top, Robert, to the very top. I thought I saw a current score. No,
No, they don't have
Okay.
anything on there.
All right. And like you said, last we heard it was 7-2 Vols in the second inning, but we are on the board, so that's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's do a commercial, and then we're going to talk some KSU Conference USA football.
Football? What am I going to read?
Let's do American Access.
Tired of going to the same old places for the same old thing? American Access has your solution. Whether you're looking for something new to do before or after the game, bachelor or bachelorette, or somewhere new to take those out-of-town guests, American Access has 3 Atlanta locations in Marietta, Tucker, and now in downtown at the Works. Each and every location is conveniently and not coincidentally located next to a brewery. Look us up at American Access or give us a call at 678-763-3635 to schedule your next adventure.
And thank you, Dan Fisher, for being a sponsor of the Owls Who Live Sports here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at lovely Miller's Ale House with our favorite bartender, Sean.
You're not allowed to say favorite bartender unless you get his name right.
Well, Sean's his right name.
No, it sounded like you were like, our favorite bartender, Sean.
No, I know it was Sean. Fells.
That's good.
Yeah. Speaking of football, we named a new football coach today. Cameron Norcross is named the offensive line and coach run game coordinator. He's been named announced Wednesday morning. Norcross, a 20-year Division I coaching veteran, arrives at KSU with extensive experience inside the Mountain West Conference and Southeast Conference. Cameron is a great fit for our offense. Bohannon says his knowledge and experience will benefit our staff as we transition into Conference USA this fall. See why you read the commercials and not me?
Hey,
You were thinking that, weren't you? So thank God he lets me read the commercial.
No, I was just thinking. I was just thinking about all of the new coaches that we've got and how the coaching structure in all of football 10, 15 years ago. Offensive coordinator, defensive. There was. This guy's offensive line coach and run game coordinator, which is two of the, these two things go hand in hand. He should be the run game coordinator if he's teaching all the big guys where to shove the other guy.
Yeah. He's been at Vanderbilt. He's been at Fresno State.
It's an impressive hire.
Yeah,
it's a very impressive hire.
So that's pretty cool. Happy to see that. Speaking of football, we're going to look at the upcoming schedule.
Starting with the spring game on April 19th.
Well, even before that, I don't know how many Owls will be there, but tomorrow they're having a pro day at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. I don't know what time it is, but I might go by and watch a little bit of that.
It's where the scouts come. Once again, this is
yeah, they don't have to be just KSU athletes.
No, not at all. And at the end of the day, it's kind of funny, if you've ever thought about wondering what it'd be like to go to a pro day or something like that, this is the one to go to, because starting next year and then the year after, there's just going to be more and more pros and guests there. And, you might just slide in there now and get to see, like, the inner workings of it, because I imagine there's not going to be 1,000 people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now Will texts me and says it's 7-0 at the end of the third. So they took two runs away from us.
You scored too many.
Yeah, that can't be right.
That's all right. We're still going to score those two.
Yeah. So I don't know if I read it wrong or if Will texted it wrong. That does say losing 7-2 in the second inning, does it?
It does say that.
And now
of course,
says
losing has two O's in that. So losing, we are losing. Losing.
There are so many people that screw that up, and I want to correct them every time, but
let me just
I can't do that.
Let me just say that I like to talk into my phone for all the text messages, and ever since the last update happened a couple months ago or whatever, they want to throw commas in there everywhere. It's like every time I pause, which I pause a lot, it's like comma, 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 comma. I feel like Boy George.
Comma Chameleon?
That's the one.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that's where you were going.
but I get done and it's like, well, let me send that. Hey, comma, what are, comma, you?
Yeah.
At least understand the language if you're going to put that many commas in there.
I got a friend from high school that couldn't write a complete sentence with proper grammar if he had to. No, you could do that. I mean, this guy's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like you're and you, it's supposed to be you are. Doesn't know what an apostrophe's for. Never seen one. Don't know what it's about. And yet he comments on our 6th grade English teacher's Facebook page all the time. And I keep wanting to write her in prior and say, Ms. Langley, please say something to this dude. But he won't. But I haven't done that yet.
I can say I lived a long life before I heard one rule of English that I was supposed to go with. Whenever you're supposed to say like, she and I, or she and me and her, or however you need to say it. And you know what the rule is for that? Take the other thing out of the equation.
Yeah.
So forget, if it's I was going to the game, it would be she and I are going to the game. There's no me, because you would never say me going to the game.
Yeah.
So you just take the other, and I'm like, why wouldn't somebody have told me that when I was 8? I could have made it.
I probably learned that when I was 11 and just forgot it. Sorry, Mrs. Langley.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some KSU fall football, as we all know.
Brutal schedule.
Not as brutal as Florida State's, but Florida State's got the toughest schedule, yeah. But for KSU, yeah.
Starting with UTSA in the San Antonio Dome.
That will be our first, FBS football game?
That is correct.
Yeah, and that's very cool.
And that's a team that
the Roadrunners
that went to a bowl game and scored a lot of points in a bowl game. They
had a very good offensive team this year.
They absolutely did.
Yeah. So that would be interesting to go see that game. I love San Antonio, great city. If you ever go down to the Riverwalk.
I like the Riverwalk. Had a very nice time when I was there.
And you remember it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, they were charging so much for stuff. There was no way I was going to get hammered.
Yeah. And then
I don't drink. No, wait.
Don't drink much. So our first home game is Louisiana.
But I just wanted to pull it up real quick. UTSA did win their bowl game. They went to the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl and beat Marshall.
I watched that game.
And beat Marshall 35-17. So, this is a team that
I think I got that one right in the pool. I think I had Marshall plus points, and it was like 20. So I think I covered by 2.
Last year they beat South Florida, Rice, North Texas, East Carolina, Florida Atlantic, UAB, Temple. They didn't fare so well when they went to Knoxville, but not many teams do.
So we will be the first of the 4 Owls teams.
That is correct.
That UTSA, the Roadrunners, will face.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and that is August 31st. So, boy,
Saturday, right around the corner.
Just around the corner. I wish. Well, I don't want to wish my life away, but I wish all year was football season. I wish they divided up some way. Let the college play at a different time of the pros.
Play 3 games and then take 5 weeks off.
No, like when the Super Bowl's over, that's when college football should start. And then let's do it that way. And then by the time college is over, it's pro season again.
The world according to Chuck.
You wouldn't have an issue with that,
If you were on the ballot this coming year, I assure you would give my vote over either one of those others.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the way I'd like to see it. I'd like to see football all year round. I never thought about that till right now, but that'd be a pretty good idea.
The problem is that then the college kid gets no time to rest before the pro season starts, so all rookies have to take off too much time.
That's what the USFL has tried.
And the, what is it, the UFL? Is that the new one?
Is that the United Football League, right?
Yes.
UFL, is that what it is, Hill?
I think.
But that's what they're all.
Now, are they playing all those games in Birmingham again like they did last year? I don't know.
They only did that the first year. Last year they weren't all in Birmingham.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I might be interested in going and seeing a UFL game just to see what it's about. It's football. No yawning over there. That's
As I was telling,
I'll go with you.
As I was telling somebody the other day, he was like, it's kind of like the minor leagues. I said, no, your practice squad is like the minor leagues, and they have entire, if you've got a 53-man roster for the Atlanta Falcons, their practice squad has 53 guys on it. So what you're currently looking at is way on down the evolutionary chain from NFL football.
Yeah, it is. It is way down there.
And I don't know how it all works, but maybe if you are a practice squad free agent, you're allowed to play in this league, in which case maybe there's a few decent guys.
Yeah, we had a couple of guys on the show that were going to go try out. A couple of our earlier guests here at Miller's that were going to try to go play some USFL football. So,
yes, they were.
Yep. Have to touch base with them, see whatever happened.
Yeah.
I bet Cole would know. I'll reach out to Cole.
Cole knows everything, I think.
Cole knows a lot, but him and Allison couldn't be on the show tonight. We asked them to be on as a couple for Valentine's Day, but they had plans to go elsewhere. So
go figure.
Yeah, go figure. Valentine's Day, love.
Standing Chuck up on Valentine's Day. How hurtful are you people?
No, believe me, that's happened many a time. You know what the worst excuse I ever got was?
Oh Lord.
You're gonna love this. I said, your mother's sick. You got a car wreck. She said, no, I had to sew.
I've got to sew.
Are
you making something?
No,
I'm just deciding to pick up the hobby tonight.
Isn't that the worst excuse? Actually, it wasn't me. A buddy of mine from high school, from college, was up and down, and we were going to Six Flags. And I was trying to get him a date. I called his girl. She said, no, I have to sew. And he said, okay, don't call anybody else.
I got paint drying, and I better keep an eye on it.
All right. While I recover from laughter, let's go ahead and do our last commercial for Kennesaw Express Loop, and then we'll continue with the Conference USA football schedule.
There are a lot of places to get your oil changed in Kennesaw area, but if you're looking for a personal experience, then stop in at Castro Kennesaw Express Loop or Lost Mountain Express Loop. We'll always do our best to get you in and out quickly, safely, and without a whole lot of fuss. We're a true owner-operated business where you'll find Brian under a car or a hood at one of the shops. We offer experienced, knowledgeable technicians and the latest computer software to help you maintain your new car warranty and keep your pride and joy running for the next 100,000 miles. We proudly offer Castrol products.
And thank you, Brian, for being there. And James up at the Kennesaw location for helping me out when I needed oil last week. Y'all are good people. And
Thanks when I needed you most.
Can you tell me who sang that song?
Was that on your list?
No, but I know that song.
God
It was my
knows.
senior year in college.
'Cause you... No.
Randy Van Warmer.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't start guessing.
Just when I needed you most. Yeah.
I would have never heard the guy's name to be able to say it.
Well, yeah, like I said, if I know a song, not Taylor Swift, I know who sang it. So that's pretty cool.
So, for the second game of the year.
Well, let me say something real quick before
Yeah.
I forget. We don't want to forget that the Owls Collective Golf Tournament is at Dogwood Golf Club on June 10th. June 10th, come out and support all these great athletes at KSU and raise some money for them. We will be either broadcasting from there. I think we're sponsoring a hole too, Larry. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Yeah.
I think we're going to sponsor a hole, and Larry's actually going to hold the flag. So if you're lucky enough, there's target money involved.
Yeah, if you hit Larry from the fairway while he's holding the flag, we'll get you on the show.
Question. Do you think Alyssa will let Larry borrow her helmet?
Oh, that might be a good thing.
We'll just put Larry out there with a helmet. And, Larry, you feeling okay? I don't feel very good about this. Can you see it coming, Doc?
Unless when you watch this show when you get home, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
Larry, how's that research coming over there?
I was not able to find who plays the most mascots each, but I do know that there's only 9 owls in all of
FBS? Wow.
in all of NCAA.
NCAA, all
Well,
levels.
and 4 of them.
Yeah, in all of them, and we're playing 4 of them.
And
Well,
they're
we're
playing-
not.
they're playing
UTSA
fun,
is,
right.
yeah.
But
That's funny.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So after UTSA, Robert, we have Louisiana coming here, right?
Oh, you got those Raging Cajuns.
Is that the Raging
It's
Cajuns? There's so many different teams.
Louisiana Lafayette. They don't call themselves Louisiana Lafayette on this schedule, but yeah.
But that's who they are.
Yes, sir.
And so that will be our first home conference game, right?
And that'll be our first. No, that's not.
They're
a
not a
conference
conference game?
They're not a conference game.
Okay.
So it'll be our first home FBS game, and I can just. I just want to say my mouth is watering right now thinking about what will do for a
Tailgate theme?
for a tailgate when the Raging Cajuns come in.
Got to be some kind of crawfish boil or something.
I'll have
Gotta
to
be.
talk to him.
Yeah, we need to.
I'd love to participate in that.
We'll talk to Will next week. He'll be back. I'm sure he's at the men's game tonight, so we'll talk to him next week when he's here.
So yeah, back to back, tough games to start out. Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, they were in a bowl game this year.
Were they?
Absolutely. So
Who isn't in the bowl game?
Well, there's a lot of teams
the
that
Raging
weren't.
Cajuns are a good team.
They are a good team.
They're not a top tier team, but they usually make a bowl game.
Well, there's 43 stinking bowls. Who doesn't make a bowl
Yeah,
game?
but
Even
most
Georgia Tech made a bowl game
Most
this
of the
year.
ACC didn't. I don't know.
But 80% of the time, I'd say the Raging Cajuns are in the bowl game.
Okay, all right. I think
They
Georgia
don't-
played them a couple of years ago, didn't they? Didn't Georgia play Louisiana Lafayette 2 or 3 years ago?
He's just wanting to start dumping on us again.
Yeah,
Here you
it's
go.
been a while.
Yeah.
They've
all right.
played
Been a
the
while.
Raging Cajuns.
And then after they play the Raging Cajuns here, they take a long trip. A long trip
Do you know the way?
to San Jose. Dionne Warwick.
Dion,
Not Sanders, Warwick.
not the Belmonts.
Yeah, not the Dionne and the Belmonts. I meant right around Sioux, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, long trip out to San Jose. Now, I know the NHL team is the San Jose Sharks, but I'm not quite sure who the San Jose mascot is.
They have a gladiator. I think they're the Spartans. I just wanted to look up to see who the Raging Cajuns played in their bowl game, and it was Jack State.
Oh, wow.
So
That was Jackson State beat them, didn't it?
They did. It was 31-34 in overtime. But there's a new twist on everything. I love going up to this new level. It's going
to be so cool.
It makes for
July 1st is the official date. when we become Conference USA members.
Correct. And San Jose is the Spartans.
They are the Spartans. Okay.
But man, that's a heck of a trip. It's hard to find unless you're going to Olympia, Washington. There's really no longer flight.
Well, thank goodness they gave us another week to get home because
we did
the
get the
next
week
week's a
off.
bye week.
Yeah, we did get the next week off, and then we come home to play UT Martin, which we've got a history with. You know, that's a little bit of a grudge match, and that's our last freebie before the regular season starts. So
Now, UTSA, they are a conference game, right?
no,
UTSA is not.
that is correct.
Okay.
The first 4 games are all out of conference. UTSA, Louisiana, Lafayette, San Jose State, and UT Martin are all outside.
And then we're in conference.
And then we're in
Is that why
conference
they're in
US
black here? I guess it is, yeah.
First Conference USA game will be Jacksonville State here at home October 4th.
And that's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
So that'll be a little different. That's when we'll get into the off-day games from all Saturdays. You know, I was wondering how that was, but that's why it is, because the first 4 are non-conference. And then when we get into there, it's Fridays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Only for the first 3. We
Yeah.
go Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then after that, everything's listed as a Saturday for the rest of our schedule. Last 4 games.
Yeah, that's funny that we were a little concerned because we obviously do our shows on Wednesdays, and we were told that there would be a lot of Wednesday games, but there's only one Wednesday home game.
And it's against Liberty, so hey, you go ahead and count us out.
Yeah,
We'll be at the game.
or we might broadcast
We
from
may
there.
broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Live.
Live from the parking lot. Either way, we will not be here tasting the kitchen's masterpiece.
But I'll miss my Fiesta Bowl.
Yes, you will. No, it's Liberty. We hate Liberty.
Okay, all right.
It's one
I
thing.
bet you they'd give us takeout.
I bet you they would too. Good call, Larry, the engineer.
I
All
like
right.
that.
Yep. All right.
Big bags and a big sign above our table.
Yep. So Jacksonville State is not only our first conference game; it's our first home conference game.
That is correct.
So we'll be playing the Gamecocks, and we got to be cooking chicken that night if we were Will, right?
You know, there's a lot of birds and pheasants in our tailgate future.
Yeah. And then there'll be a lot of feathers flying at the tailgate for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So then we have a bye week after we play Jacksonville State, and we're going to have a Jacksonville State graduate on here possibly that week to talk about what a great rivalry this could be, just like Tech and Georgia used to be when Tech won occasionally. But we'll see what happens.
And you said a bye week, and you're absolutely right. It's 11 days, but it's kind of weird when the bye week is you played on a Friday night, and then you don't play until the following Tuesday. You know,
That is a little weird. Yeah.
It's kind of an odd thing to wrap your head around, but that's
Yeah, but the
how it starts
Tuesday
for us.
actually counts for the next week, right?
Absolutely.
That's why they say it's a bye week.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So on that Tuesday, we play at Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Play the Blue Raiders.
We hate them, don't we, Chuck?
We do not.
He
No,
doesn't.
we do not.
His son went there, but outside that, we hate them.
Outside of that, we hate them. But
Yeah.
but I'll pull for Kennesaw because I'll pull for my team over my son's team.
I know a former long snapper from Middle Tennessee, but outside of him, yeah, I'm good.
You know a long snapper from Middle Tennessee?
I sure do. He was from Kennesaw Mountain.
I think I've met him before, haven't I? Was he one of your friends that came by
He was not. He was not
Okay.
here then.
All
He's
right.
actually one of the coaches on the team now.
on KSU team?
No, on the
Kennesaw Mountain team.
Kennesaw Mountain team. He's the long snapper coach. You know, once you find somebody who actually knows what they're doing, you know, that's,
You got to make him a coach.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All right. And then after that, we have
The big game.
the aforementioned Liberty. And that is a Wednesday night, October the 23rd, and that is right here at Fifth Third Bank. And
I'm going to pull up their schedule. Keep talking.
Liberty schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they have become a big rivalry in basketball after we thumped them last year twice. I wouldn't say we thumped them, but we beat them in close games. So I'm sure they're still awfully upset with us. But Robert's pulling up their football schedule to see how theirs looks compared to ours. It's got to be pretty similar because they're Conference USA as well, right?
Correct, but you got to remember they played the easiest schedule in all of America last year. So I'm just trying to see how it compares this year.
Yeah. So you're saying they won't be the 12 team
So they play Campbell, the Camels.
high school?
No, the Camels from Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yeah, I actually have a friend that went to Campbell.
New Mexico State, UTEP, East Carolina, App State, FIU, KSU, Jack State, Middle Tennessee, UMass, the Red Blobs, and then Sam Houston. So,
UMass, everybody beats UMass, right?
Yeah. UMass is definitely
they're
not.
always on the bottom 10.
Worst 10. Yeah,
Liberty.
UMass is one of 2 teams that have never been to a bowl game or never done something. I remember reading some stat about them last year.
Man, they were good in basketball about 30 years ago, but
Yeah,
Marcus Camby?
Canby.
Marcus Camby.
Yeah.
I don't know where that one came from. I don't remember where I parked my car.
The
in
recesses of our mind, yeah.
But, Liberty has to travel to Boone, North Carolina to play App State next year. So
That's not an easy place to
do
play.
not expect Liberty to go undefeated and be the 12th team in the country again.
12th seed in the new playoff format,
In the
which
new
I'm
format.
still I'm not sure about. We'll have to
No,
figure it out.
I like the idea. I mean, you had to change something. You want to keep it interesting. You want to give the little guys, a seat at the table. Well, they can only have one seat. It's the 12th seed, And, unfortunately for them, that means they got to go on the road to play number 5. But
Well, then after we play Liberty, we go to the Red Blob.
we go to the Red Blob up in Bowling Green.
Yep. And then Sam and all his Houstons come here.
No. Then we go to UTEP.
Oh, yep. I miss UTEP in between, yeah.
But once again, it looks like it's an off week because it's a Wednesday to a Saturday. So, we got all sorts of off days, even though we're playing on a Saturday at that point.
That's another long trip. I mean, going to San Jose State and then coming back here, and then you got to go to UTEP again. That's West Texas. That's way West Texas.
No,
isn't it?
you bring up a very valid point. When you think of Sun Belt and ASUN, which is what this university is accustomed to, a road trip to San Antonio to start out, pretty dang far. And then following that up with San Jose, Murfreesboro, Bowling Green, El Paso, and Ruston, Louisiana.
Ruston.
But that's a lot of road trips. That's a lot of miles.
But I think travel is the new thing for the whole NCAA with all this.
It is. It is.
Things where ACC has teams across the country.
Oh yeah, big
Everyone's
10,
traveling.
Big 10 goes from what? Rutgers to
UCLA.
yeah.
And ACC goes from Stanford to Miami.
The SEC
To Boston College.
is
To
about
Boston College, yeah.
The SEC is about the only one that's condensed.
SEC sucks. We don't want to talk about that.
No,
We're talking
but-
about conference.
But
yes.
they're condensed.
They touch each other.
Yeah, they are.
Not
they
like
almost touch each other.
cousins
Yeah.
do. I'm not talking about stuff like that.
Well, let's wait because that could change too before the season starts.
never know.
You never know what's going on with this
But yeah,
crazy college football.
So we go to UTEP and then we come back for Sam Houston and all his buddies on November 16th. So that'll be big. And then we go to FIU comes here on Stormy's birthday. Just going out on a limb. Probably not going to that game. That's probably not going to be what she requests.
That's not what Stormy wants to do for her birthday?
Baby, what do you want to do for your 29th birthday?
Let's go
I'd like to go to the FIU game because KSU football means so much to me.
Yeah, I don't see that coming out of
That's kind of
Stormy.
like what she might say.
And then we wrap up the season at Louisiana Tech. And that's
Ruston.
the Bulldogs, right?
That's correct. Now, where is Ruston? I don't know.
It's north of New Orleans, I think.
You got to look at Cajun guy when you say things like that. Where's
Yeah.
Ruston? Let's see if he actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Ruston is. I know where the Raging Cajuns play in Lafayette.
Ruston is at the same level as Shreveport, but
Way north.
way north,
Way
and
north.
not near a lot of other things. So
So Ruston's out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, pretty much.
I had a good
Is it?
friend from Ruston.
If it's anything like Shreveport, it's a 6 to 8 hour drive from any major airport.
And then if we flip this around, we could actually probably figure out where a lot of our schedule is next year, right? Because anybody who we go to see will probably
They'll probably come here next year.
So
Yes.
the following year we'll go FIU, which is what, Miami, right?
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale,
Fort
Miami.
Lauderdale area, yeah.
We will go to Sam Houston.
Texas.
That's correct. Good job. Liberty, so we'll go to Virginia. Jack State will go to Alabama, and then whatever out of conference.
So next year's road schedule won't be nearly as bad as this year's.
Well,
unless it's the non-conference game.
It's the non-conference games, which is where we're going to make a lot of money here in the near future. So playing the San Jose States.
Well, we know the first game of that year. It's at Wake Forest.
At Wake.
Yeah, so that'll be a money maker for the Owls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll go up to Winston-Salem. Beautiful little city.
But you would think that the other ones, like the Raging Cajuns and things like that, would be a home and home.
Might be.
So
correct, and that's
but it might not be the next year.
Yeah,
it could be a home and home.
It might not be the next year.
Yeah.
But you would think that we.
Out of conference, I don't know if it's always going to be a home and home, just because a lot of that stuff got blown up when we changed conferences and everything else. So you're right though. I mean,
but you think you get a lot of that. Or at least within a couple years.
As long as somebody views you as an equal. There's two different worlds in college football. Is you're way below me, and we're an equal. And I don't know where it all falls with things like Raging Cajuns and the Road Runners, but those are decent programs.
I think they're going to be considered as equals, not.
And they will be after we wax them, but before then, I don't know how that'll work.
Within a couple years, they'll be considered as equals.
Absolutely, within a couple years for sure.
Yeah, I learned this year that you can't go to a bowl game your first year unless there aren't enough teams to fill the slots.
Right.
But you still have to go 6-6 or 6-7 or something like that. Yeah.
6 wins.
Yeah, you typically can't get in if you don't have a 500 record, right? But
usually you're only going to play 12 games, so it's a 6-6. Usually teams that go 6-7 lost their bowl game.
Yeah.
But 6-6. I mean, if we pulled out a 6-6 in our first level, wow, that would be.
We deserve a ball game.
Well, yeah, we deserve a
bowl game. I'm sorry.
We deserve balls and bowl games. We deserve all of them. But
I said ball game. I didn't say mall game.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. It's a very tough schedule.
It is. So, but fun schedule. And a lucrative schedule because we're moving up, as George and Wheezy used to say.
Oh, yeah.
So Conference USA just around the corner, July 1st. So really we're in the middle of February, March, April, May, June, July. 4 months.
Hey,
4 months and 2 weeks, and we're at Conference USA.
Can you do me a small favor next time, math major?
Yeah.
When you get ready to start doing that, ask Larry to do it for you. I just want to.
Well, we got to wrap the show up in 12 minutes. I didn't want to jeopardize the end of the show.
Dang it! I'm good with math. I just got this finger that won't bend the right way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've talked enough Owls stuff for one night. You got anything else you want to share?
Go Owls. Possibly be down there. Look forward to seeing some of you down there on Friday night. We got a game, and you never know. Just might see the Owls cast there before you know it. And might see me tomorrow at the Pro Day. I'd love to go over there and see what's going on. I'm going to see who else is going, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Pro Day, that'd be some really interesting stuff. And like I said, 5 or 10 years from now, there won't be any comparison to what you get to go see tomorrow behind the scenes or whatever. We're signing 300-pound offensive linemen out of high school. I assure you, our pro days are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. Yep. So go find out what it's all about tomorrow, and we'll report on it next Wednesday. Absolutely. Until then, everybody have a great, great rest of your Valentine's Day. Larry, Maura, happy Valentine's Day to her. Stormy, happy Valentine's Day to you. And my significant other, oh, wait, I don't have a significant other. So happy Valentine's Day to me. Your significant other is Larry and me. But I said it in that order for a reason. I just wanted to let then we did have a happy Valentine's Day. There we go. All right, guys. Until next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, give me one more. Hootie hoo!